So we know that in most mammals, carbohydrates and lipids are the primary source of fuel that we use to fuel pretty much all our locomotory needs, right? Like everything that we do is fueled by those substrates primarily. And so we thought, okay, here we have this bat that feeds primarily on blood, on this really protein-rich diet. Are they using protein to help fuel locomotion? And we thought it was really interesting because protein is generally a fuel of last resort in other animals. So blood is the only thing they eat. So we didn't have to worry that, oh, maybe they'd eaten some fruit earlier in the day. Like that's not part of their diet. So they would have exclusively eaten blood the night that they were caught. But we held them for a couple of hours and without providing any food, just to make sure that they were in sort of a post-absorptive state. So you want to make sure that their prior meal was digested for the most part. And then we gave them cow's blood that we enriched with amino acids. So we knew that they were going to be, their freshest meal was what we had given them. We enriched a protein-rich cow blood meal with amino acids, which are fairly readily available, right? So you don't have to break down big proteins, or the bats didn't have to break down these big proteins to access the amino acids that we gave. And so going forward, what would be interesting to know is how much of the proteins in the blood can they use? Because that's an extra step that they have to do, right? They have to break down that protein before they can access the amino acid building blocks. And so we're wondering if maybe they can't use the protein part of the meal quite as quickly as those free amino acids. And so that's something we think is really interesting.
Stressful work. How he goes on with this one. Oh, he's learning that that is not the place he wants to be.
In terms of humans living on an entirely protein diet, these bats have evolved for millions of years to feed exclusively on blood. So they are really good at what they do, and we know that they have special adaptations at various levels of biological organization, right? In their intestines, like all throughout their body, that help them use exclusively or feed on exclusively blood. And so I don't think it's something we're going to be able to to do, but that is a really interesting thought and a neat comparison for sure.
Súper grande, ¿no?